based off of what you see or what you've seen thus far from Diddy, we'll say, for example, with the sit down, if everybody saw the joint with Charlamagne, like with these artists and rappers stepping out to the forefront from a political standpoint, is there a level of faith that you guys have in them to think that something could possibly change? Like, Jay Diff, I'll come to you. Do you have any legitimate faith in any of these initiatives or no?
I feel like certain people are genuine when it comes to this, and other people are just using it as this is the popular thing to do right now. If you remember back in the day, when I believe it was Bush's second term running, and Diddy at that time had the Vote or Die campaign going on. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward, what is this, 15 years later, almost 20 years later, and now you decide to come out with a party, a black party, 2 weeks before an election. That's a problem to me, because to me it's like, where is the energy at those years before or in between an election? You keep that same energy and same drive the whole time that you're out here having fun, living your life, and not pay attention when people are in an emotional state, because it's almost like, what do we have? What's going on? Like, nobody knows what's about to happen in the next few weeks.
Well, Diddy also was also part of the Hold Your Vote thing, right? That was him.
That's the whole thing. He keeps jumping in all these organizations or spearheading movements, and making flashes in the pan, but not really doing shit. That's what's bothering me, is how I see how some of these celebrities use politics as entertainment, because they're just using being that that's what everybody's paying attention to, in order to focus on them to act like they're doing something. If you're not doing it year round or around the clock and before elections, then I'm really not trying to hear it. That's just where I'm at with that.
The Spoolz, you got me. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Longs. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, the one thing that I did like from the brief part that I watched from Diddy's and Charlamagne's interview was the fact that Diddy was talking about getting the people out in front, that deserve to be out in front, you know, and the actual activists, the actual people that are actually doing the work, and giving them the platforms that they deserve. That's the one thing that I actually did like from what I took from that, you know. But everything else, I 100% agree with you on.
Let's not wait 2 weeks before the election to start getting behind these people that are trying to make something happen, because at this point, I mean, the stage is set. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that can be done right now.
That's true.
This should have been done like
when new people come out the woodwork talking about vote for me or write me, and that's just corny and played out, man. It's like, you either need to have a plan starting now and continue with that plan, or shut the fuck up.
It's a lot of hot shit going on. I agree with that. It just sounds hot to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna try this and do this, and we're gonna start the campaign and do this and do that. So that's why I asked, because I was very curious to see, you know, what your level, or you know, people's level of skepticism would be for some of these things that actually just pop up out of nowhere. So, and you made a very good point about where has that been prior to, and we look for people to set initiatives and continue to do things throughout the course of a year. Terry, I believe you were like, you know, we 2.5 weeks out or something like that. It's like, all right, now we're gonna put something together and push it to the forefront. It's like, okay, that's cool, but where has this attention to detail been? You know what I'm saying? Leading up to arguably one of the most, if not the most, important elections. You know what I'm saying? So
no, it is. It's. I know people say that, but you got to understand. Like, Donald Trump is going. It's going to happen. He's going to appoint his third Supreme Court justice. The only thing that Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump have done, as far as the Senate is concerned, is appoint judges who have lifetime appointments. We have to be very clear that this, and I think I've said this on the podcast before, this is not about the next 4 years. I've done enough reading and politically savvy enough to know that this is not about the next 4 years. This is about the next 40. Because if he gets a second term, his fingerprints are going to be on the way the laws are interpreted in this country what not only after his presidency, but well after he's dead. Let's just keep it real.
Yeah.
You know, so I just want people to like, you know, like I know people still, I'm gonna write something in, like, I'll just be honest, as a black man in America, I don't have that luxury to think it's just funny to write something in or to vote for a third party candidate. We can't have another 4 years of this.
If you've enjoyed this segment of the New Old Heads podcast, make sure to join our live show every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/bringingdowntheband and join our private Discord community with talks on hip hop, music, news, and everything else.